everybody.
So my name is Emma, and I am the Seidhr that is starting up this coursework, this schooling, whatever you want to call it, training for other Seidhr with the um, intent that there will be, after this is all said and done, more people with a firm foundation in Seidhr to go out into the community and serve a larger community than just me here serving where I serve, Washington State. Um, so this is Larry, my wonderful, loving husband that puts up with me all the times.
Most of the time.
Mm.
Okay, I'm also the pain in the butt chieftain for Wreathar Oakweird, which is why we have that great, price deduction. What, you got to use your hookups.
Right. This is true. It's very true. And I'm very happy that he's sitting here with me because he helps me answer and think outside the box sometimes. So.
And she made me.
And I made him. So the reason for this post, right before we get ready to go to bed and turn in for the night, is a couple of reasons. I wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of what they needed to bring with them on Thursday when we start coursework. And that is simply a pen or pencil, whichever you would prefer, and a spiral notebook. It doesn't have to be a real big one. It can be a small one, but you are going to fill a few of these, so keep that in mind.
Okay. And a journal sooner or later.
Yes, and one of the things that I want every student to, thank you, be doing is journaling. That is one of the keys to being able to reflect upon our own thoughts, our own dreams, because dream journaling is a thing, and ultimately will give you kind of a leg up if you actually do the work and do the journaling. But journaling that, especially when it comes to dreams or something like that, you can, I'm leaving that open to you. You can have it be a physical journal, or you can do, I've tried video journaling, and I've done voice recordings too. The voice recordings I found for me worked really well when I first woke up from a dream while the dream is still fresh.
Okay, I'm so groggy when I wake up that it doesn't even matter. Unless you shove a pot of coffee at my face as I wake up, I'm not going to do. I won't know anything.
Okay, well, that would be something that you could work on changing if you wanted to.
Okay.
And for me, it was easier for that reason to do the voice recordings as opposed to trying to write something down and remember what the alphabet is.
Because you didn't have to think about it.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
You just kind of talk into it.
Okay.
So, but we'll get to that at another time. One of the other things that I really want to stress, and there's a list of 7, and we've already done 1, and we're getting on to number 2. So it's a short list, I promise. Being punctual. This is something I am not going to go easy on. And there are some very big reasons for that. One of them being, I don't want anyone being held back at all.
Okay.
See, there is a path of limitlessness.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Sorry, the pauses threw me off. I was
right.
Like, less.
Okay. English are hard. So, although I'm giving a window of like 15 minutes, if there is extenuating circumstances, it is not something that is allowed all the time. It is not something that will be excused all the time. So
to add to that, not just be punctual, but communicate.
Yeah. If for example, you're trying to get to class and you left at the appropriate time to get here in time, and there's an accident on the highway. I get that. Safely, of course. Make sure that we get some sort of a message or something so that we are prepared and aware. And if it's in that first 15 minutes, then we can kind of hold off and entertain ourselves, I'm sure, for 15 minutes while you make it safely back to us. So I don't have a problem with that, but it's not an all the time occurrence, because if I notice it is, I'm going to call you out on it. Just saying.
She does that.
Yes, I am not Fluffy Bunny. I am not going to be Fluffy Bunny. This is a safe space. It is not a womb. And by that...
Damn Skippy, it's not. I don't want to stab anybody.
By that, I mean, there is a difference between a safe, respectful space and being an enabler. I am not, nor will I be, an enabler.
Okay.
So, with that kind of goes into our third thing, and that's being accountable. I am not accountable for any of your stuff. I am not going to be accountable for your homework. I am not going to be accountable to remind you that you should be doing something. I am not your mommy, and I don't want to be. I can be a friend. I can be a confidant. There are many hats that I already wear. I'm not looking to add mommy to one of those. So you will be accountable for your own person, your own things, and doing the right thing. Or the wrong thing, because I'm open to either one, In other words, if you make a mistake, own it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. I was going to say,
Excuse
the wrong
me.
things is a whole plethora of things.
Right. And I mean, everybody's going to mess up. Everybody's going to have those failings, those hiccups, whatever term that you feel fits the situation. I don't care. Own it. Okay. You can't work on a solution until you figure out where the problem is, and I'm not about putting duct tape over things to fix them.
Okay.
I'm not band-aiding anybody unless somebody's actually hurt physically. So with that being said, coursework is going to be on physical, it's going to be physical, mind, body, and spirit. I can't even freaking talk tonight. This is ridiculous.
It's late and we do want to go.
Yeah, it's almost bedtime. So it's going to be mind, body, and spirit.
Okay.
So with that being said, there are going to be, part of being held accountable is both reward and consequence. It's a balance. And I'm not saying that I'm going to present that consequence to somebody, but part of our learning is that things have a ripple effect. They echo out. Some people like to say they echo out into the universe. That's fine. I don't need a destination with that.
Into the pond,
right.
Ripples out forever.
Right. So one of my favorite little sayings, I guess, if you will, is that one raindrop raises the sea. And if you think about that for a minute, it's absolutely true. Absolutely. Everything that you act, sometimes things that you think, has an effect on your surroundings, on the environment around you, whether it be a plant, animal, vegetable, or mineral. We'll play that game. It still has an effect.
Okay.
So with that also comes number 4. Be open. Now there is a difference, and some will argue this with me, and okay, they see it differently. That's my interpretation. What I mean by be open is not necessarily be vulnerable. There will be times where you need to be vulnerable, and I will tell you, you need to take your shields down, lay down the armor, We'll go through that process when that's necessary. Okay? It's not always necessary. Being open to seeing outside the box, being open to experiencing things or rediscovering things, even because that was something that I was really excited about the idea of too, is um, allowing people the space to where they can rediscover something that maybe they haven't used in a while, and so it's filed back in that dusty file cabinet in the back of their head somewhere.
Oh, one of the sparks that doesn't come out until you least expect it.
Right, right. So um, it's about rediscovering a lot of things as well, not just new things that you've never experienced before. Um, so be open for that and be ready for that, because I'll be honest, I am going to push you a little bit towards that way. Towards participation is absolutely a must. This is a hands-on class. I'm going to be showing and teaching things and guiding things, but ultimately you're going to get out of it as much as you put in, and I'm hoping that you really bring it all. I'm really hoping that you do, because that is when the most growth, when the most wisdom seeps in. Um, so being open. Number 5, be respectful. And most people will say that goes without saying, but
Yeah, but
I am not about fluffy bunny all the time, and I'm not about gloom and doom all the time. I pretty much remain neutral, to my detriment sometimes, and hopefully you will not pick that up from me, because it's good to have both. Um, so yes, even I have things that I work on as well. But being respectful is one of those things. This, as I said earlier, is a safe space. It's okay to have a differing opinion. It's okay to change your mind.
on how you see something,
Right,
or
right.
okay,
And it's not about the shame game. It's not about um, breaking someone. It's about building each other up. So I think that's really important.
okay.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Yes.
It's like my number one saying anymore.
Right. Okay, so number 6, we talked about a little bit. Participation is absolutely required. You are required to be involved in your own freaking school.
What?
Yeah,
How dare you?
I know, right? There will be homework.
I'm asleep.
For the most part, I like to see the experiments and be a part of them.
Okay, what if I need help with an experiment? What if
Everybody,
I'm just stuck?
then say you're stuck.
Oh.
I mean, I'm okay with that. If you're stuck, I want everyone to get the most out of this. So if you're stuck, please say something, whether it be to me, whether it be to another student, because that's kind of the beauty of this too, is because we're going to be able to do this in a group setting. So you're going to have the benefit of not only me being there, but also other people, other students that may be able to help you through whatever it is that you're stuck.
What if I don't want to say it around that and I'm scared?
It's okay. I'm just teasing you. But no, seriously, you can come to me. Pull me aside, say, hey, I need help with this. I'm
stuck.
okay
I
with
don't
that.
know what I'm doing. I thought I did. Shit. Yeah, that's cool.
I don't always know what I'm doing, I'll be honest.
Yeah, well.
But stop it. But we will get through this together. I want you to make sure that you are getting the most of this. That is my main concern.
Okay, okay.
Um, and lastly, have fun. This is, like I said, we're going to be taking field trips. We're going to be playing board games. And I know that all sounds like silliness and whatnot, and I promise it's absolutely going to be silliness, but it's also going to be very informative and very educational. And I am one of those people that believes you can read all the books in the world, you still only have knowledge, you do not necessarily have wisdom. Wisdom is the melding of the knowledge and education with the experience of life. And when those two come together, that's what forms into wisdom. And ultimately, Odin among the whole pantheon, but most people know him, so we'll start there with the big kahuna. Um, you know, that's what he strove for, is wisdom, and understand that wisdom isn't necessarily one or the other, but the melding of the two.
Right.
So that's where we're going, that's where we're aimed, and
sometimes the only way to get wisdom is to stub your toe and figure out, oh, I shouldn't put my toe against that anymore.
Yeah. So
okay.
We will absolutely be on this journey together, and I am very excited. Very, very, very excited. And I'm excited.
And you're excited.
I'm excited. I really am. So, okay. If you do have any questions or any concerns, feel free to voice them, please. This is essentially what I need, and this will help me and hopefully help you to working through whatever issues you may have, and so that you can then go out into the community and help others.
So I'll address the question then.
Okay.
The cost is $50.
Yeah. Okay, so
but it's a year-long class.
Right. Okay, so let me break this down for you. It's 9 classes.
Right.
Okay. I call them courses because to me a class is you go here at this time and that's it. Once you leave, that class is done. So I call them courses because each of these 9 classes is a year-long
set of classes.
Right.
Okay.
So it's essentially $50 per course for a year-long course. So
okay.
The one that we are starting Thursday is going to start us off on Lauren history.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm going to be gone for that one too.
Yeah.
That sucks for you. Okay.
So, but sorry. Yes, we will be starting on the Lauren history because it is important to know where we came from in order to go forward.
Yeah.
So then next month we will be starting on another course. So while one is going, we're still continuing that whole year. We will add in course number 2 next month, the end of next month, which will be the pathworking.
So the courses are going to be overlapping a little bit.
Yes, the first 3 and then the second 3. So you could say that it's kind of broken up by if you were talking about the runes, we've got 3. So it's a 3-year program. So
that just happened.
Yeah. So each course, each year-long program is $50.
Okay.
You can choose to do one and not the other 2 for that year. That's okay if you choose to do that. Be aware, though, that if you do choose to do that, you only get the certification and the other things that I cannot talk about right now because, yes, they are secretive. You learn the secret handshake and you get the decoder ring and stuff. There are things later on that come along with that certification. That certificate, rather, that you will be awarded for completing all 9 courses. So, be aware that you may not be getting that if you don't do all 9 courses.
Okay.
Does that make sense? But you absolutely can pick and choose which ones you do.
And since I got the hookup because my wife's the Seidhr, and I'm the ROW chieftain, we got a special price. But you kind of have to be in good standing with the kindred.
Yeah, so those that would like to find out more about Rethar Oakweird, which is the kindred that my husband runs along with a board.
That was a selfless plug.
Yeah, right. With the rest of the board members, it's Rethar Oakweird, RIDAROKWYRD.org. That is their website. There are membership applications on there. And of course, if you are in the area, you don't have to be a member of Rethar Oakweird to take the coursework, because I'm sure that question will come out.
Yeah.
But it does greatly benefit you. They're getting like a 90%
really
off
hard.
discount. I'm just saying. But it is what it is. And hopefully there will be other kindreds that I will be able to work with and offer discounts to as well.
Yeah.
So it is not absolutely necessary for you to have membership with Rethar Oakweird, but it greatly benefits you. And there are some other really cool shit that they're doing as well. So,
right.
But I'll leave you to look at their page to find that out. Once again, you can find me on Facebook through Truth of Seidhr. There's a Facebook page there. So, like, subscribe, all those nifty, neat YouTube things.
And don't forget to click the bell so you'll get updates on new videos.
I'm still not used to that. I'm sorry.
I don't know. It was cheesy. They did it during one of my videos, and I was like, that's cool. I got to do it from now on.
Nice. So hopefully we will be doing some more videos here real soon. And thanks for watching.
Bye.